So when we look at the ancient civilizations of Asia, when we look at the belly of the beast, the building of the Tower of Babel, the sunken continents, and Narmer, Nimrod, and Christmas, and the significance of the time of Lent and the 40 days and 40 nights, as we begin this time of journeying to the time of the Passover, when we come into the time of the Taurus, the time of the Passover. So you understand Taurus and these traveling people. When we look at the Anu and the Negrito, the short stature, and these first migrations following the solar and lunar mythos, when we look at the sunken continent and the Unagami, you understand Jonah in the whale, the belly of the beast, this great Pacific Ocean, the Great Basin, where we find these short-statured, Anu, Negrito-sized people. These pygmies, when we look at the Stichopegia and the significance of the 120 degrees and the round shape, the black Venus, the round tires like the moon, and the solar and lunar mythos, the solstice and the crossing and the marking of the beginning of these crossings. So this time, even though it's not the new year, this was essential for the markings. When we look at Janus, understand the hemispheres and the crossings of these ancient migrations. So these calendars that we have today come from these migrations and ancient pilgrimages. So we look at the Anu, the short stature, the Negrito people, and the sunken continent of the Sudana Plate, the subduction zone, where we find these sunken land, amazing temples underwater, Unagami. So the significance is Yunnan, and we look at the Yoruba and the Yara, and crossing Jordan, and crossing this marker of the death of the sun, and marking the beginning of one's new crossing. This is why we're called Afro-Asiatics and the Asiatic man. You understand that we came across from the Americas, making these transitions from the old world over into the underworld, coming into these lands, establishing temples that were aligned with heaven and earth to display these mythos. So when you look at the oceanic people and the Bushmen and this ancient Stichopegia, modern human type, when you look at modern humans, and the Khoikhoi and the Stichopegia and the Negrito and these humans, we can see that these early migrations of Negroes from the Americas into these lands, following the southern crossing of the winter solstice, the time of Capricorn, we understand Janus, the two-phase, but us is really referring to the hemisphere, because the connection between Gemini and what you see here on the map, on the land marking stellar mythos. So that's why we find this underwater continent temple of this regal association with the Unagami, and how the Sudana plate, the second plate, and we understand the belly of the beast, the subduction zones, tectonic plates, the day of Pelex, when the earth, the flood, and time of the flood. These things are significant to show evidence and proof of these ancient priesthoods, these big kahunas. We understand the Kahun, the Kohen, the priesthood, and the big kahunas, and Kona, and the winter winds, and the winter rains, and Orion, and the Orient, and this land of the rising sun, the Orient, and Asia, and the Negritos, and the new people, the Pacific Islanders. These things are documented for us to trace these ancient migrations, to understand the calendar, to understand the time, so that we know how we are to operate. But since we've been introduced to this GMO society, this alternative society, we have fallen away from these teachings and these principles and these understandings of the heavens in association with the earth. Because we've been occupied with the need to provide capital, to provide instead of using our knowledge and wisdom. So we look at the crossing of Jordan, the Yara, to go down into the underworld. It's the reason why Australia and these regions are called the Down Under, because of this sunken tectonic plate that they exist on.